What's good, y'all? It's your boy John, back here at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Today is Wednesday, February 23rd, here for another Wonder Woman update, so let's get on into it. Arriving on site over at the Wonder Woman construction in front of the Hall of Justice and Riddlers. I don't notice any change whatsoever since the last update. We still got the flanges installed that were there from the last update, and I don't see any supports or any new supports, I should say, that have gone up as of the last update, and doesn't seem like the crew is actually even here today as I was expecting. I know I mentioned something last week about the track isn't actually even here for this section of the ride, and basically they don't want to move out of this section until the track is up over here, because it's going to be too hard to get the equipment, the crane and stuff over here and whatnot. They want to finish this part with the track before they move on to the sections over there. Another thing to take note of is I don't believe the lift hill section is here either, so they're kind of waiting on some stuff from RMC still. I believe that they probably are most likely sent the Muse guys home, maybe for a week or maybe even two, honestly, just because of this situation. I'm gonna try and do some more research on it or gather some more information, but as of now, that's what I can tell you. We're gonna obviously keep an eye on it, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up of kind of like the timeline right now. Wanted to get this shot right here, actually of the flanges, just to give you a perspective of how tight these turnarounds are actually going to be and how close they are to some of these supports. It's going to provide for a lot of forces within these turnarounds. You can see this one, short one in the foreground, and if you look at the way the flanges are angled, you can kind of get a feel of how it's going to whip around these taller supports right here. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a perspective and look from here so you can kind of get an idea of this. Okay, I want to talk about this section real quick. I haven't shown it yet, I don't believe, in an update. I haven't shown that the flanges have been installed on these supports right here. I want to talk about these supports here in particular because you're going to notice that they are a bit bigger or wider and thicker than most of the other supports around the area, and this is because this is actually the bottom of the first drop. These two supports right here, or actually I'm sorry, this support right here is going to be taking a lot of force. That's why that one in particular is so wide, as well as this one right here that is sitting behind this lamp post. I want to also point out this right here, this small flange that you see installed directly to the foundation. That is the very bottom of the first drop right there. And then you can see that support a little back with the flange on it. That's coming down off of the first drop. And that's going to start angling the track towards that real short one right there, and then off into this thicker one right here, where it's going to be getting a lot of force from that first drop into this one right here, and then obviously up into the Raven dive. Here's just a quick shot of where all the flanges are being stored for the time being, just kind of by the lift hill of Riddlers. They got them all stockpiled over there, so they're easy to access and bring over when needed. Here's just another quick shot of some of those supports after the first drop. You see the thicker one right here that I was just showing in the last clip, as well as this one right here that's going up, and they haven't installed the flange on it yet, but that's going to be the one. Maybe there's going to be another little support piece that goes onto there, I'm not sure, but if not, they're going to put the flange right there, and that's going to be angling the track up into the Raven Dive. And just to give a perspective of how big that support is in comparison to some of the others, you can see this one on the right there is quite a bit skinnier than the one you see right here. Here's another quick shot just to put in perspective how tight of a turnaround this is actually going to be. If you take note of these flanges right here going around the outside of those taller supports, you're going to see how tight this thing actually whips around, and how tight of a turnaround this thing actually is. When I was looking at it on paper, you know, it looked a lot wider than it does right here, but as you can see in person, this thing really looks tight as far as this end of the turnaround goes. We'll see how the other side looks, you know, over in the DC Universe area. But this one is actually really tight and a lot more compact than I was originally anticipating. That's going to conclude today's Wonder Woman update. I appreciate everybody tuning in as always. I'll be back at the park, stopping by tomorrow after work as well as Friday. If anything significant happens, I'll make sure to cover it. But as I was talking about before, I believe the crew has been sent home for about a week or two, possibly more. We'll see. I don't expect it to be more than that, but they're awaiting track for the sections of support that they've already put up, and I don't believe they want to move on the project until they receive that. So kind of keeping an eye on things. If anything happens, I'll obviously cover it. If not, we'll just maybe check in next week with an update. We'll see. But appreciate everybody. As always, thank you for the love, comments, and support. And until the next update, this is John. This has been your theme park ERT.